here in studio for our weekly dose of pest control news, pest control awareness. For our fans of filth, we present our weekly Bugs broadcast. It's Cardon Ellis, the Chief Inspection Officer of Unipest, Santa Clarita's premier pest control company, all organic products. What's happening, Cardon?
I'm good.
I like the shirt that you have on today. It's textured. You got a nice tie on.
Seersucker.
Is it seersucker?
Yeah, I got a dress to impress for radio, baby.
Yeah, seersucker. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's kind of cool. Feel it. Want to feel it?
Yeah, I'll feel it. I'll feel your material.
Look at that.
Seinfeld reference. You watch Seinfeld?
My dad watched a lot of Seinfeld, so I feel that a solid 40% of the pop culture references to Seinfeld I have received through osmosis.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. Well, Cardon Ellis is here. Thanks for coming in, Cardon. That's it.
Yeah, see ya, man.
Yeah. Cardon, how's your house, man? We had fires all last week. We just had a 30-acre brush fire break out today. Luckily, forward progress has been stopped on that. Did you make it out okay? Is everything okay in the Ellis household?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
It's wild. I don't want to say I love, like, the fires because obviously some people are very negatively impacted.
Yeah.
But it's wild because everybody gets field mice.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. During the wildfires, obviously we don't get any calls because people are worried about the fires and everything. And, you want them to focus on the most important, of course.
Yeah.
But, like the week after. Oh, I can almost guess. Like if I were just an alien that was listening to like airwaves, I could guess by the amount of phone calls from where it was and what people were calling about if there had been a fire in that neighborhood or not.
Really?
Yeah.
So what is it? A lot of just mice find houses in
rodents get
house.
displaced like crazy, and then they scatter into all the surrounding areas, and people that never have rodent problems are all of a sudden calling with rodent problems. It's kind of I mean, from a scientific perspective, it's kind of cool, you know?
Yeah. Bad for the community, but good for business. Good for your business, at least. So fire season looks like fire season is year-round now. It's just our new normal. Mosquito season. Is it mosquito season year-round? Lori in our front office wanted me to ask you. I guess
she wanted to ask.
Being bit constantly.
You know what? I really struggle with answering that question, to be honest with you, because really, in Santa Clarita, what is a season?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? What is a season like?
Are we
in summer or are we in fall right now? Because I was wearing freaking shorts yesterday, like 2 days ago, and I felt like it was 95 degrees outside. And then right now, it really reminds me of when I was off of Lake Michigan, and I was getting that polar vortex Arctic wind, So we have such a long, we had our first 100-degree day this year, I believe it was like back in April.
Mm-hmm.
And we were having 100-degree days all the way up until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We had a 6-month span of over 100-degree days. And what is that? Is that summer? Is that just really hot spring, summer, and fall? So our weather here is just so constantly, some would call glorious, some would call just hot, you know what I'm saying? That it's kind of always a season, and it's kind of weird. Our seasons are so inconsistent here that it actually even fools the trees. Sometimes you'll have like trees going into an early bloom because it got cold for a while and then had a warm snap, and it fools the trees into thinking it's spring. Same with the insects. Sometimes we'll see insects here that are really out of season just because this is Santa Clarita and it's really hot all the time, and it freaks out the ecosystem.
Yeah, it's weird. We're talking with Cardon Ellis, the Chief Inspection Officer. I think I just gave you that title. I don't think that's an official title.
I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Unipest, Universal Pest Control here in Santa Clarita, providing premier organic pest control to not only residents and businesses across the Santa Clarita Valley, but all of Los Angeles as well. Go to unipest.com for more info. You can give them a call at 661-BUG-7575. That is 661-284-7575. So what is a pest control situation or a pest situation that can spiral out of control quickly if you don't get it treated?
That can spiral. Gosh, man, you got good questions. Sometimes when I leave our little interviews, I think, I should have answered this differently. But let me think. One that can spiral out of control quickly. One that I dealt with this week that was kind of weird. Pigeon infestation under solar panels.
Really?
Yeah, that one got out of control pretty quickly.
How'd they get under there? Can you weasel your way under those?
I'm getting a lot of this lately, especially in Stevenson Ranch, parts of Lost Canyon, where a lot of the tile roofed homes that are very tall because, the developers wanted to squish as many houses as they could in between. So they make these 2-story behemoths. They're nearly like 4,000 square feet,
Yeah.
but they're sitting on like a 5,000 square foot lot, Those guys have these solar panels crammed on the roof into every nook and cranny. And the way they're elevated, that little 6-inch elevator is like the perfect distance to make pigeons feel comfortable. And so I'll get these calls. The pigeon infestation, the reason why it can kind of spin out of control so quickly is because at first, when it's small and there's only a couple of pigeons, you don't really hear it. Because the tile roof provides insulation, the sound has to go through the attic, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But then when all of a sudden there's like 20 or 30 of them, and they're like,
once that pigeon word of mouth spreads.
Oh, yeah. Like in the middle of the night, you'll get the and like the scratching and the weird sounds.
You'll go crazy.
Oh, people will think there's like raccoons on the roof and stuff like that, and they'll call me thinking it's like wildlife. And next thing I know, I finally climb onto the top of the roof, and there's like eggs and nests, and it's filthy.
Really?
Oh, one
Ew.
pigeon will actually – I've seen pigeons literally eat out the belly cavity of another pigeon and then nest inside of that belly cavity as like a blanket. Like,
do you think you have the
like
grossest
a
job
nest,
of anyone you know?
Yeah. Oh, of anybody I know?
Yeah, of anyone you know. You have to have the grossest
Well, I
job,
did have
right?
one friend that cleaned up after
dead
human remains.
Oh,
you know
my
what I'm saying?
goodness.
Whether it was a
the
murder
fact that
or
you're able to
a
answer that
self-termination.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, so that person I think technically had a worse job because they cleaned up like verified blood spatter. But besides that gig,
You like what you do, though, right?
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way
You're always
cool.
doing research. I mean, I'd imagine that friend
Yeah.
who's cleaning up human remains isn't doing the type of research that you are.
Yeah,
Unless he's like a serial
they're already
killer.
dead, and he's not forensically declaring what time they died. So yeah, he's just a janitor. But you're right; it works the noodle, man.
Cool.
Pest control works the noodle.
Awesome.
Yeah,
You started the business with your dad, correct?
yeah, I did.
Are you running day-to-day operations? What's it like running a small business?
What's it like?
Yeah. How many hours are you
There's
working?
a lot of good words associated with that. And there's a lot of bad words. It's stressful, big time, but it's also very satisfying. It's fun helping people because people oftentimes call a pest control person, especially first-time callers, when they're distraught because of like a very specific, unique problem. If all of a sudden you find out you have bed bugs, you never had bed bugs your entire life, you are tripping with no luggage, some of these people. And then if I can show up and then do something that provides them with immediate relief and then gives them, a long-term solution to their problem, that's super satisfying. That I think a lot of people don't necessarily get that are working as just cogs in a machine in some office somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's satisfying. I dig that.
Get your free inspection today. Give Unipest a call at 661-284-7575. Go to unipest.com to reach out. Find out about all of their services, including bed bug treatment, beehive removal, fumigation, commercial, residential, and a ton of more services. Unipest.com. Cardon, thanks so much for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Of course.